Ride with me. Today we'll be working on in-hand work in the short reins. So those are the same reins you would use to ride. And a lot of people like to do this in-hand work before they get on. It's a nice warm up for the horse. You can see how they're feeling on a given day, which is fantastic. So go ahead and prepare your horse. Go ahead and put your reins over the head. You'll have your stick in your right hand. You'll stand by the left shoulder and you'll start walking with the horse on a left circle. And as you're walking, your left rein will be in your left hand, and your right rein will be in your right hand with the stick, and your right hand will also be in the middle of the shoulder blade on his left shoulder. So let's just have a nice left hand circle with a nice left hand bend. We're gonna walk around, and we're just asking the horse to be steady and consistent, the same as we would if we were under saddle. So this can really take the place of under saddle work if it's cold out or if the ground is kind of muddy or it's snowing. You can do a lot of stuff in hand so the horse doesn't get too sweaty, which is nice. But you can still do everything in hand that you would do under saddle. Very good. Let's go ahead and change direction over center line. And we're going to change onto a right circle with right bend. So as you're walking to the right, you're going to, because you're on the outside of the circle, you want to take bigger steps. And your right rein will pull down a little on the shoulder blade so that the horse turns and has right bend. Let's go ahead and change direction again over center line. And we'll be on a left circle with left bend. Very good. So now let's prepare. We're going to do something a little bit harder. As we come to center line this time, we're going to go back onto the right hand circle, but we're going to keep the left bend. So as I approach the change of direction, I'm going to press on his shoulder to ask him to move away from me while holding the left rein so he maintains his left bend, but steps ever so slightly sideways around the right hand circle. Very good. And it may take your horse some time to figure this out. It's a little awkward the first time on the ground. But as you come back around to where you started, let's just walk forward. We'll go back to the left hand circle. And this time we're going to ask for right bend. So as we're asking for right bend, our right hand will actually come off the shoulder and we'll give little half halts on that rein to ask for the right bend. And, and as you're turning, little half halts on the left rein, ask the horse to come around. Very good. As you cross center line, go back to your left bend and continue forward on your left circle. Excellent. Let's go ahead and head towards quarter line, and we can now ask the horse for leg yield. So after you're straight on quarter line, go ahead and press your right hand against the shoulder to push the horse away from you towards the rail. Very good. Just continue until you get all the way to the rail, asking consistently. So each step, a little press until the horse gets all the way to the wall. Very good. So you can praise the horse as you walk forward, and we'll take quarter line and we'll do that one more time. So as you come straight on quarter line, you'll just press gently against the shoulder with your right hand and ask the horse to go into leg yield, pressing consistently as the horse goes sideways until they get all the way to the wall. Very good. Then we'll walk forward, praise the horse vocally, and you can ask the horse to come around and we'll halt somewhere in the middle of the arena so that we can change direction. So you'll ask your horse to halt. Ideally, they'll just halt with you as you stop, but you may need to pull the rein a little bit to ask for the halt. And then we're going to change sides. So put your stick in your left hand. The stick will be against the horse's right shoulder. And then your right rein will be in your right hand, and your left rein will be in your left hand. And we're going to walk on a 20-meter circle to the right, asking for right bend. And as we're walking, again, we're just looking for the consistency. We want a nice, steady bend and a steady rhythm as the horse walks around on this 20-meter circle. Very good. Praise your horse. You can talk to them as you're walking. Ideally, if you praise, it's vocal praise because you don't want to interrupt your contact. And as you cross center line, we're going to transition onto a left 20-meter circle with left bend. Very good. Yep. And we're just asking for the consistency. And remember, you'll need a little bit of left rein to help with the left bend. And you're on the outside of the circle now, so you'll need to take bigger steps to keep up with the horse turning on the inner circle. Very good. And as we come back to the center, we'll transition back onto a 20-meter right-hand circle. Good job. It was a nice transition. So we'll come onto our 20-meter circle again with right bend to the right. And we just want it to be consistent. So you just want to see if your horse is equally flexible in both directions and that they can turn either direction with you standing on either side and it all feels equal. And as we come back towards the middle, we're going to try to do the counter bend again. So we'll transition to a left 20-meter circle while maintaining the right bend that we just established. So you're going to press your left hand against his right shoulder and ask him to step slightly away from you while maintaining your right bend with your right rein. Very good. And they've kind of figured it out because you did it the other way. And this way should go a little bit smoother. Good. And then as we come back to center line, we'll change direction again. And this time we'll change the bend to the left. So a 20-meter circle to the right with left bend. So now I'm using my left rein and I'm not keeping my hand on the shoulder. It's away from the shoulder. I'm giving a little bit of pressure to ask for the left bend. And my right rein occasionally gives a right half halt to tell the horse to step towards me around the circle. And then as we cross center line, I'm going to transition back to a right bend on a right circle. Praise your horse a lot. This can be complicated and confusing the first few times that you ask your horse to do this. So just take your time. Let's go towards quarter line one more time and we'll ask for leg yield in this direction. And you may find one direction your horse is much more sensitive to the pressure against the shoulder blade than they are in the other direction. So you might need to give a light tap with your stick that you're holding. So once you're straight on quarter line, go ahead and press with your left hand so that they move away from you towards the wall in a nice leg yield. When you get to the wall, praise your horse and walk straight. Very good. And you just want to be consistent in the pressure that you're giving them as you go sideways. So let's do that one more time. As we come around to the quarter line, we'll ask for the leg yield again. So go ahead and turn onto your quarter line and go straight. And then you'll apply pressure with your left hand to ask the horse to walk towards the rail. And it should just be a nice even pressure each step. The horse should go a little bit sideways. Very good. And then praise your horse. And know that over time, every horse will become more and more confident. So just keep practicing. Good. And then we'll have a halt and praise your horse a lot. And then you can ride or you could be done for the day. Until next time, have a great ride.